Oh, okay.
Okay.
Beauty
Alright.
and you're so
Colorblind,
man could love you.
It just take me like one take. I'm good.
Sure, so just say your name and where you're from.
Alright, ready? Hi, I'm Devanshi.
My name is Dilasha Devi Dikshit. Okay. Hi, my name is Manal Jakar.
I'm from the Virgin Islands, but my family's from India.
I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal. I was born in California, lived in Pakistan for 3.5 years, and now I've been living in Rhode Island.
So, I love Indian culture right now. And growing up, I loved, like, Bollywood was a major way for me to connect to my culture. My parents were immigrants, so we would listen to Indian music in the car, like, always have Indian food. We would speak Gujarati at the house. My grandparents lived with us. And I loved growing up in the Indian culture. I had a great community. But, you know, being a kid and being different, like, for a long time, I tried to let go of that Indian side of me.
So for me, right, being Nepali feels very normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people think that being from a different country means that you have a lot of burden, like you're born in this country, like you're like not born in this country, but like you're here and then like you are representing your culture, kind of. But for me, I try to make everything normal. What does being Pakistani mean to me? I think it's something that I'm still exploring. But I think overall, the first thing would be community. When I did live in Pakistan, it was just such a strong sense of that. And I think that's what's great about, that's like what's so great about these cultures, is that when you go to these home countries, like that's what they're mostly known for, is like their strong culture with one another.
But for a long time, I felt like I didn't have an identity. I was very different from everybody. Even the people and the women in the Indian community, because I was adventurous. Like, I would want to go out, I would want to, go on hikes and do all of these things that are not common, that I've seen in my community. So for a long time, I kind of just felt like I didn't have a sense of belonging.
When I was 7 years old, we moved to Pakistan. No auntie wanted their kids around me because like they're gonna Americanize all their kids. It's like I didn't belong there, but I also didn't belong in the States. Especially when I moved back to Rhode Island is when I felt that the harshest, because I was completely immersed in a really white community. And that's like not representative of the entire country, because when I was in California, I did have that community, I did have that inclusivity. But then when I went to Rhode Island, they'd never seen a Pakistani before. They're like, what are you, like, are you black? We don't know what you are.
People thought it was Spanish.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know, they thought I was Egyptian, they just had no idea.
That's why.
And then the only time they realized what Pakistani was when Osama bin Laden died. I am fortunate, I would say, because I do know that a lot of people in Nepal, like, they want to grow out of how they are. They want to like express themselves, but there's a lot of societal pressure that they don't try to be who they are. And I think that I was lucky, but I would like to empower people. I feel everybody is like themselves and they should represent themselves more of how they are, you know?
I love the way I look because it's a representation of my family and my culture. And I think I told you before, like, I live for the women in my family who couldn't do the things that I'm doing. Maybe they wouldn't agree. A lot of my family probably doesn't agree with the things I do. When I go out on dates casually, or when I explore my sexuality, explore creativity, like things that people weren't allowed to do in our culture. I do it for the people that couldn't. I would remember both of my grandmothers who wanted more education and couldn't have it. And that's what would get me through.
I think self-identity is just a process of like taking facts of what's around you, taking facts of what you've experienced, and then also what your true values and what you believe in your soul. What we need to create a more inclusive society is talking to each other. The US now is a very diverse place, but if you look at the way that our society is designed, even though a state or a city may have diversity, are those diverse races interacting? I doubt it. It's really hard because like even if you go to a big city like New York, it's still kind of segregated into like, okay, this is like Chinatown, this is like, you know, where you get like all the Indian food, and it's still segregated. Those communities are not talking.
I may not be a full representation of Indian culture or Caribbean culture or American culture, but I can connect to 3 amazing cultures.
I hope to do everything that I can do for myself without the restriction of being an immigrant. I think every person should deserve their hold in their life. If they have qualities and if they have like potential, I think that should be given a thought rather than just saying that, oh, you're not from my country, you cannot do this, because international students have a lot of pressure because of that. You know, they say the land of the free. So I think everybody should be given equal opportunity rather than like just being given like being set things like, oh, you're not from our country so we cannot give you this privilege. I think freedom of decision should be for every person, be it an American or an immigrant.